Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Double Tap. This is Mash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. I'm your host, your returning host with proper eye lines. You know, I'm center frame and all that. I got my eyes back, got my face put on. I'm, of course, Crash in the building. I've got my two cameo assists with me as always. Got Static Gorilla in the building.
Yes, I can hear you.
He's right, yeah. All right, fuck y'all. I'm trying to get the energy up in here. What's going on, Meza? He is also here.
I'm good. Still recovering.
Yeah. All right. I understand. Meza was out here doing some DFO stuff, making some big moves, but he's going to take a seat right now. We're going to be talking fighting games this week, of course. This is Double Tap, is the podcast dedicated to everything and anything in the fighting game community. We've got some stuff to talk about this week, man. We've had some releases, right? We've got some character releases. We've got some character trailers to get into. We've got some character reveals, some slightly boring ass events / long-lasting event, and we got a couple other snippets to get into, of course. But so if you guys are new, we appreciate y'all listening to the show. For those that are returning, we appreciate you guys giving us 2 quarters for another credit this week. Speaking of this week, you know what we got here, guys? We've got the question of the week. If you don't know, we do post up a question and a poll every week on every episode, whether it's on Spotify or on Twitter or on our Discord, mash.gg/Discord. Make sure to join there. And let's just jump right into it. So last week, episode 346, right? Yeah, that's right. 346, we asked on the polls, we had what kind of character do you want to see for Tekken 8? And the poll stating, so let me revert this, by the way. The polls did state on this was on Spotify, I'm pulling this from. We've got a 60% call out for an original character, the second choice being returning character. We only got 20% there, and then that was tied with the character from the leaks at 20%. Now, you might be a little confused as to what the poll was versus what was on Twitter, because I accidentally mixed the two up. Apologies to all the homies, but didn't stop Twitter from getting onto the poll and saying what's up. So actually the Twitter kind of pseudo became the second poll. And from that, we had we talked about Sindel, right, last week. Remember what went down, right? Mid tournament during Rips Arena, $5,000 tournament. A Sindel player came out with the sauce. And it was so grimy that it kind of took the TL by surprise, and had to and kind of banned that from happening. And it caused some other, I don't want to say issues, but it just caused some other kind of discussions about it. So we asked you guys right on Twitter, what do you think about the Sindel combo? Should it be banned or should we let it rock? Overwhelmingly 72.7% saying let it rock, which I think we fall in that camp, right? I don't think anyone here was like, yo, that should be banned. I think we were all kind of feeling that.
You smell what the
I saw it.
Right?
I've seen it. I agree.
Yeah, it's in the game. There was no exploit. There was no real, there was no bug. I know Sindel is causing a lot of issues, but she's not causing. This is not a bug or anything. This is just dirt McGirt. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, Marvel players are like, that's about right. Yeah, it's a tag game. Yeah, I'd play that.
There's a way out of it, but he didn't have the resources.
Yeah, there's a way out of it. It's not completely, locked down, but, it just caused a lot of discussions going on. But there was still, once again, that 30% basically stating, hey, that it should have been banned.
Yeah, I'd say it's an unfair reset, but we just...
Oh, yeah. Is it dirty? Absolutely. Do you want to get hit by it? No. And is it basically GG next round? Yeah. More than likely, but hey, someone had to discover something. What is it, Meza? This is a tag game, right? It's par for the course.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen
for the fucking course. So, us all here being tag players of many different games, we're not really phased by it. We're like, yeah, this the air, you breathe air too, right? That's what it's just a way of life, baby. That's what it is. But it was still cool to see. It's awesome when it happens in tournament like that, because it just causes hype and like I said, discussions. I don't know about you guys, but I remember when Sentinel they did the Infinite for the first time. Remember when the Infinites were discovered? That was Sentinel. That was in the middle of EVO.
Yep.
Remember that shit? We was hype as fuck. I was like, oh my god.
One of the first characters to have the Infinite discovered, I believe, outside of Dr. Doom, might have been Trish.
Probably. I just remember Sentinel being the first one happening, like in a match.
First one happening, yep.
Like a match in tournament that was being streamed, broadcast and at EVO of all places. So Yeah. So that is actually our poll and question of the week, guys. We will have another one. We'll have another, set being posted throughout the episode, so make sure to stay tuned for that. So let's just jump into it right now. We've got plenty to talk about, starting with Granblue Fantasy versus Rising Beta, open beta. Just keep adding words to it. Went down over the weekend, and so anyone here that didn't have time to, who had time to play, make sure to raise your hand real quick. Okay, so unfortunately, if you're watching us live here on twitch.tv/double-tap-FGC, you'll realize that I didn't have my hand up. Static had a partial hand up, but Meza had his hand hella raised up. So I had all intention. I'm just going to be upfront. I had all intentions of playing. I just unfortunately just did not have the time during the weekend. I got pulled away too much, so it is what it is. It sucks, but I was able to catch more streams. I was really able to keep my ear to the ground, so I definitely have some input to throw out there. But what happened to you, Static?
Well, I played the game Friday night after my Marvel bracket, and then it was like, the servers are down, you can play the computer. So I started playing the computer. I just had no idea what I was doing, so I was like, I'm not trying to learn Shi right now. I guess the game calls him Shi, but I call him 6, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And
Wolverine.
then, yes, exactly, or Berserker Parage, or
Seahawks,
Talkaka, whatever
you want to call him.
Yeah. I wanted to really just get to use him, but I mean, he's in the last game. Sure, I can put that in, but just wanted to try it. And then Sunday night, I was streaming. Yes. Sunday night, I was streaming, and I got sidetracked with a different conversation. So, and then we watched Tekken for the rest of it.
Yeah, and we still also had the Tekken event to watch. So it was a little bit busy on that. But Meza, all right. So Meza's gonna take us through the inner workings, man. What went down? You said you played over 120 matches or 120 matches, something like that. You were kind of putting a little bit of time while you could. All right. So who'd you play, and how are you feeling about the game?
I played a lot of Siegfried and a lot of Avatar Belial. So I was trying out different characters. I did try out other characters too, just for testing purposes to see what they do. Like Anil, the new big titty cow milker girl.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Sheep girl.
Yeah. Great animations, really, by the way. Great animations.
Yeah, her animations are.
She has a lot of funny animations throughout all the super. Like someone had a lot of fun with that character for multiple reasons, more than just two. There was a lot of reasons that they had fun with her, but I think she was a win. A lot of people really liked her.
Yeah, they gave her a lot of good moves. Especially, I think it's her down sweep.
Oh, where she just extends the spear.
Extending pole.
Fussies, baby. Fussies from halfway across the screen.
If anything, it was like playing Soul Calibur, and it was annoying as hell.
Oh,
and fighting like a Killick player or something like that. Just doing that. Or her sheep projectile also has some really interesting interactions. It's kind of like low profile, so it actually doesn't collide with some things, and it could actually cause some really weird situations. I believe it was Matera's arrows and stuff like that. It doesn't collide with. It's weird, but a lot of the game felt better than the original. I will say, you'll hear everybody say it. It is the 6.6L game of the year.
That's what I heard.
AKA Dash Light.
Actually, someone in my chat told me that dashing. Yeah, somebody told me in Dash Light is like plus on block or something.
Yes,
and for everybody. Yeah, so it's like
he was set for like two characters.
So somebody in my chat was like, I try to get away from Drive Rush, and then this game has Drive Rush.
Nope,
with that
you're not running from it. Okay, so like
dodge.
Yeah, you could dodge it. You could just outspace it. You could neutral jump, punish it. Like, there's a lot of options against it. Even with the new armor system for the ultimate moves or, enhanced moves, or whatever you want to call them. They have like different names. I think they're called like Ultra or something. I don't know. I wasn't really looking at the names of the new 100% of the new mechanics besides Rise. I'm calling it Rising Impact. I think it was like something else. Rising Strike. There we go. Rising Strike, which became like kind of like the staple, which is like those diamonds that you use.
Yes.
Everybody was kind of using that system a little bit more. You could tell like who wasn't prepped for the game because they didn't know, but they had the whole. I'll be honest, it was like a regular base game. You had training room as the number one thing that was once you start up the game, it's there. They also are willing to let you go through the tutorial. The biggest thing was picking your rank, almost in a sense, where either you started from like a B rank or a C rank. Not that it mattered because there was no rank; it was only casuals. They did a good job with allowing you to just queue up for casual play, but they also did a good job with the open lobby, so you could run around, you could do all some nonsense. They had like in the Japanese server, they had all Wayne's kind of doing like his little emote where he like does a little like, you know, go up and down or around, stuff like that. So they had like a bunch of people doing that. It was the beta felt like, it didn't feel like a beta. It felt like almost the game. Like if they don't do anything different besides maybe change minor things and add all the rest of the stuff, this is a good game. That's the best way I can put it. But there's a lot of mechanics. Like I said before, it's going to be a little overwhelming, and it is. It is.
So I took a peek at things like the subreddits and all too, to kind of get a feel for like how people are posting up about it. What are their thoughts on it? Funny enough, I'm hearing more of the opposite right now. I mean, granted, this is still just the open beta. It hasn't been to everybody, and everyone's had a chance to play. But newcomers that are actually trying to just check out the game, maybe they just completely just washed Granblue, right? Maybe didn't get a chance to play it, or by the time they maybe wanted to look at it, it was already, you know, not dead, but you know, it was suffering, right? And COVID happened and all that. It kind of just erased the game a little bit. Saying they were jumping in, and you know, even some that were just not like into fighting games or aren't like hardcore fighting, actually just enjoyed the game, like off the rip. Just loved the game for what it was. It was complex, but you still had the easy inputs, right? You still have simple inputs you can throw in there. There was other content you could do, right? On top of that, the lobby system, everything else that was included, it was just generally very well received, and as it should. Like I said, we're no strangers to, you know, us liking the game. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all kind of enjoy the game, and I'm stoked to see that it's kind of gonna get that resurgence. Like this open beta has been kind of like the first step to that. But some things that I have heard are like, do you feel the game is just offensive heavy? If you were to kind of put it on a spectrum, do you think it's like a little bit more skewed towards that than, you know, defensive play at all? Or do you think it's a good balance between the mechanics that they have, right? Because there are several layers there.
Well, if I could really quick, coming from me, I only played like the computer mode, and then just seeing how fast the meter build was and how much it depended on using those overly EX moves. Yeah, man, it's aggressive as hell. Yeah, like everybody feels like Lancelot, in my opinion. And again, I didn't even put that much time into it, but like if everybody can do Lancelot type stuff, or at least my guy 6 can, holy cow, this game is scary. That's why I was telling you in the Discord, I'm a little bit intimidated by the game. Just a little bit.
I don't blame you for being intimidated by the game, honestly. Like, it is a little overwhelming when you start fighting more experienced players, or you just start noticing like how fast the game can get. And the game can get pretty fast, whether it be movement or even damage. Damage is really high in this game.
Is it?
Yeah, it's kind of a little insane even without losing your diamonds. As you know, you start taking tons more damage as you start
the
breaking
less
diamonds,
that you have, the more your damage you actually doubles up. Or excuse me, you had an extra 15, then it's like 30% extra and such. It's like 50, I think, when you have none.
So I personally, I definitely think the game is really easy to get into. It's fun, but yeah, it can be a little overwhelming with how strong some characters feel. But it's also, you got to remember, it still has those elements of like Street Fighter where you have to play footsies, you have to do all those things. I think if you're playing someone new, or new people are playing, you're not really going to see you might see how hyper aggressive the game is, because there's so much you can do on offense, but it doesn't destroy defense. Honestly, between, you know, spot dodging, between roll, which rolls a little you need to just know what you're rolling, between good movement, being able to also, I guess you could say it's like a blowback or kind of like a guard cancel. Pretty much, it does use one of your diamonds, but you kind of start noticing as you play the game more with higher level people and people who are thinking a little bit more, it stops being a very hyper offensive game. It just becomes an offensive game, because in situations where you might find yourself locked down, either getting chipped or opened up, where you could take a lot of damage, or you might want to press, you have the option to push people off of you. But at the same time, you also have options to DP with either the enhanced version, which might push them far away and go back to neutral, or just a regular DP. So there's quite a few options that are really nice on defense. I wouldn't mind maybe an option for using my meter to get people off of me outside of spinning a bar, because it felt a little bit like I was killing myself, because if I pushed somebody away and they were able to push me back to the corner, I was like, okay, well, now I have 2 diamonds, or I have 1 diamond left, and then if I mess this up and they block, I'm in the situation where I'm not plus, and we're kind of fighting again in the same situation, and I could either get chipped or I could take a lot of damage if I guess wrong, which I think is fine. It's part of the mechanics.
There's gotta be a balance to it. So but I think overall the beta weekend was successful. I've kind of only heard good things. And not to say Twitter's the end all be all, but Twitter tends to blow things up out of proportion all the time. But on the other side, the masses, when there is a consensus on something, you tend to hear, there's usually at least some sort of direction, or at least some sort of truth somewhere in there. But I've heard nothing but rather good things on it. So I'm hoping that the game will then kind of, take that and run with it and see all the feedback, which, by the way, you should be giving it feedback. There is a survey that you can give back to them about the beta to get all kinds of information to them as to, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, all that kind of good stuff. Remember, kind of like the ArcSys treatment, right? That direction, that two-way street of communication is kind of becoming even more integral.
I will say one thing, and it's called Raging Strike. My bad. It's not Rising Strike.
Raging Strike.
Raging Strike is a very interesting tool in the game that I think is only going to get more interesting as you continue to play the game, because you can break a Raging Strike from happening. It costs you quite a bit, but it's going to cost you 2 diamonds. But it's still like, do I want to take 60%, or would I rather just take 30%? Of whatever was happening? So there's some really cool stuff with the game, and I implore more people to play the game. I'm probably going to end up buying it and switching off of DNF Duel if that doesn't feel comfortable anymore down the road, because I think this game makes sense for anime players to go to if they're not playing Guilty Gear, or if they're kind of trying to get back into a fighting game. I think this is a good spot. The game feels good, characters feel good. I'll be honest, some characters you're going to have to learn. That's the only thing I will say about this game. You have to learn what every character's enhanced, or their ultimate special moves do. They are very, very different per character. Some characters get armor early. Some characters get later armor. Some characters get command grabs that are fully invincible. Like, it's just a little bit a lot. So you definitely got to learn. That's just this game. It's a knowledge check game for sure.
Damn right, man. There's a lot of very unique characters, a lot of unique mechanics to get into, and then you shuffle up those universals that you said, like everyone's kind of pulling their own, kind of like their own on that. It's gonna be a lot. But hey, the more you play, the more it'll make sense, and the more it kind of stays in your head. So to actually close this out, there is a quick announcement that they did make earlier. There is a Granblue Showcase Part 2 that was going to be premiering December 2nd, 1 a.m. PT time. So it's like 4 a.m. for us. And like, I don't know, it's like 2 a.m. or 6 in the afternoon for those in Japan. They'll be showcasing an in-house tournament, Granblue, and then action figure studio mode, and plenty more. So there's more to talk about. Once again, the game is releasing December 14th. It was given that pushback, but that's perfectly fine. So make sure to go check that out in the meantime to get you hauled over. But that's going to be it for Granblue. In the meantime, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that survey for them. Let them know what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. That way they can at least get a consensus on what they did right and what they did wrong. Kind of like what we do when we ask for input at the end of the show. But real quick, we're going to be taking a quick ad break, guys. We're going to be coming back right afterwards because we're going to be jumping into some Tekken action because Lord knows we got plenty to talk about there. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we are back hot and fresh from talking that Granblue Fantasy versus Rising Open Beta Turbo Remix Part 2.
Pretty much
basically at this point. And we're jumping into some Tekken 8. See, look, title, real easy. Tekken 8. We don't even get, what is it? Fate? Distribute. What is it? What the hell did Tekken 7 have? Distribution or fate? Fated distribution or some shit? Yeah. That.
Attribution, yeah.
Yeah. We don't get that. We just get Tekken 8. Just 8, baby. That's all we need.
I mean, don't worry. We're going to get Tekken 8 Remix, Jump Off the Bridge.
Dark Resurrection Dose. Dark Roast Coffee
Akuma Returns.
2. Yeah. All right. So we had the event that went down over the weekend, the exhibition event over on twitch.tv/EVO. Well, it was a really cool event. We were covering it. It's, it was basically a showcase of Tekken 8 with all prior EVO winning champions in a awesome ladder format where you basically winner is staying on until the very end, which means, I mean, funny enough, it could be a good thing and a bad thing. The format's interesting because it's like you could be hot and be just killing it, like Nobi, right? And like Nobi was going 3 in before I think JDCR finally took him out.
Yep.
And
Nobi was like, I remember me, and
remember me from 2015, honest, bitch.
Some of them didn't have their like main characters.
Yeah. But yeah, regardless though, everybody got a Paul though, right? Everybody got a Paul.
Yep, dog.
Wait, was Steve available for that?
No, we didn't, right? We didn't see any Steve.
Well, that's why Nee lost.
Yeah, Nee ended up with
he had
like
Brian.
Paul. He had
no, it's not the same.
He had Jack. He had Fang. Like he had a couple characters.
Fang, Jack, and
no, he didn't have Nee. He didn't.
But regardless, it didn't matter because Arslan Ash just came through with the new. And we were able to watch, or rather, I was funny enough, I was watching Static Gorilla stream it while my ass was putting flooring down in my crib. So I was watching it, and Nee was
that was the only
putting.
Those are the only 2 losses. Those are the only 2 losses that
you took. Yep.
Did they have them play online?
No, they were side by side. They were there. This was in person. They were right next to each other.
I lied. He lost a couple of rounds to the Book's Jin.
It don't matter. Listen, Asusina, aka Asukar, that girl is going to get decaffeinated like at some point early on in the game because she is looking dumb strong. But we're not here to talk about those characters though. So
if I could real quick, the event was nice. The event was cool.
Yes.
It started out with a lot of mirror matches, and then when Asusena showed up, it was like turn up time. Music was
everybody switched,
and you saw how safe dog
put the coffee on my back.
The mood changed. It was just like it wasn't a showcase until that.
Yeah, to be honest, that's what it felt. It felt hype when she got put up because it was new. We got to see some new, right? Like that was fun to see.
Is it me or does this seem like Tekken tag like damage? It doesn't even seem like Tekken 7 we're seeing long combos or like hits that are strong. I'm seeing like single hits do mad damage sometimes.
No, like, it's Asusena.
It's just her. Yeah, it's literally just her. Like, look at that. Like that did like 50% that kick. The 2 hit did another like 20. It's kind of wild.
All of that pressure is safe.
Yeah, and she's with the little hop. Oh my god!
And then she fakes into the clap, like she does a snap, and then hits you low, like
low to over or mid. It's like, bro, this is gross. So with that though, once again, the event was cool. It was a good exhibition of just awesome skills, dude. He had trade combos going. This is fucking nuts. I remember it was like one of these points. Even you were like, Harada's looking at him like, yo, bro, how'd you know that combo? Hey, hey, what's up with that? How'd you know that? You shouldn't even be able to know that. He's making notes. Fun. I know he's like, yo, too much knowledge. Double check them. Who's got
and then at the end,
knowledge.
he's like, oh yeah, yesterday I was just watching YouTube videos on her, and I was like, I want to use her.
Yeah. All right. So once again, the event was really dope. We, like I said, we got those Evo champs in there to play, just showcase some high level Tekken 8 as high as level we can right now until the game does release. And past that, it was just a celebration, right? It was a celebration of Tekken, the process of it right now, right? And the design philosophies behind characters, of course, more information on things like the LCQ, Tekken World Tour. That was just a whole lot because we had the Harada Talk section of it, right? And feedback, all kinds of really cool stuff, and things that are going to be coming up when it comes to things like ranked matches, group matches, all that stuff. So basically, but it felt like it felt longer than it really was. I mean, the entire event was about 4 hours and 19 minutes. Man, if you would have only left it on for another 41 seconds, you would have had 420. Terrible move on your part, Tenno. But
especially if Azucena's up in the mountains, like,
right? Like, come on. So with that, we had kind of our round table, and we then got a flurry of trailers that were not the trailers we were expecting them to be. They kept just egging us on in true Harada fashion. We're like, oh my God, it's going to be this trailer. Finally, we'll get it. Nope, nothing. Nope. Oh, another trailer. Cool. Nope. That wasn't it either. But once again, I did, as much as I bashed on like, oh God, so much stuff. Like, it was really cool to see design details for characters. Like the actual, I'm a fan of seeing concept arts and how they're constructing characters and all. That's a really, a really cool aspect of game design and such that I'm a big fan of. But then finally, after we got the Victor fucking trailer, even I'm getting got right now because I'm like, oh, here's the trailer. It's like, no, this is not this fucking Victor. Because Victor was the last character announced, and we finally, okay, we had another trailer for his VO, bro. They took it all the way to the end. Like, I don't know how much further out it had to be. Okay, here we go. All right, so once we got through the last of the the Victor workings, we actually did get our final trailer. And we get to see the actual final character for Tekken. And lo and behold, it ended up being an original character. It ended up, for those that know the leaks, you know what it is. It was confirmed. The leaks were already looking really good when we eventually got Victor as well. But we actually finally got to get the purple-haired, potentially very, very evil aura feeling character that is Reina. Purple Lightning, Miss Purple Lightning over here, called Reina. No last name as of yet. And at first, I'm gonna keep it a buck. At first, I was like, "This is a pretty simple design." I was like, "Yeah, this looks like the character Valorant just dropped." ISO. It's like just someone, yeah, purple, and that's it. It's like kind of stylish, got some streetwear, like dope. That's it. That's all we get.
I thought she was like Jin's student for a second. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, so
she said senpai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's Jin senpai. Finally have our chance to fight.
Sakura status.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Asuka. Everyone is dogging the shit out of her. They're like, man, Asuka is this is just the cooler Asuka.
She has the Asuka kick.
I'm sorry.
So
Asuka's just whack, man.
So the design itself was all right, not bad. It kind of grew on me more. I didn't know Bayonetta's character designer also ended up being the one designing this, because they the ones that designed Josie and I forget who else, but designed her. So the intro of it and and the design was like, all right, whatever. Tomboy. We got the purple. We've got the collar too, right? Just to throw it in there. But the following just moveset and her kit. All right. She's got some spice for sure. This girl is doling out the ass whoopings.
So what's really cool is she uses a lot of actually partially Jin style with the karate, right?
Yes.
And
it's like Taito and the Mishima style as well. It's like the mix.
Like Jin would usually do the 1-2 on the ground, or even Kazuya would do that, but she does the stomp into the punch into the ground, which is kind of like, it's kind of dope, but at the same time, it's really interesting the route they went with her, because I don't feel like she's the typical Mishima. And look, we know that she's Heihachi's one of his daughters, right?
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is we don't know which side she's really on. because like I don't know if she.
This bitch is evil.
I don't think she's evil.
This bitch is evil.
Because like think about it this way, right? Let's say she studied under Heihachi, right? But she was like, I really like the way Jin does things, so I'm just gonna like watch everything Jin's done up until this point, right? And then she's like, well, I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do, but maybe I should just follow in the footsteps of my granddad.
Which is evil. What? You just came right back to that.
I mean, have you seen her finisher? It's Heihachi's head.
Yeah, like look at it's
is it there?
Yeah,
it's Heihachi's head.
Yeah, it's right basically there, his head and everything. Oh, bro,
the eyes.
It is eval.
She does talk like him though at times, where she says like the know your place point.
So, oh shoot, this is the wrong one. So actually, the one thing I wanted to bring up was a really cool tweet from I think it's hi Buff Gigas. Yeah, Buff Gigas on Twitter saying, welcome to the family. Did a really good comparison very early on Reina and like where her movesets are coming from. And you're definitely seeing the Heihachi, influence there as well as the mother. What is it? It's Kazumi, right? Kazumi. And there's even like theories out there about like, Heihachi with blue lightning and Kazumi with red. Put it together, purple, right? There you get that. But regardless, we got to see like just where the influences for a lot of movesets would be coming from, which was really, really cool. Some, you can call it whether it's reused, but hey, it's martial arts, right? A move's a move, whether you learn it or someone else learns it, they're going to execute it the same way. But yeah, she definitely got that Heihachi influence or training in some way, shape, or form. I'm very interested. She's been around. Apparently her concept has been designed, or this character has been in the works since even Tekken 7. They just never brought her into Tekken 7. She's going to be big in story, as she should, I think, for being this last character. Kind of also emphasizes that she might end up being the final boss. That's why I'm going like, I think she's evil. But that girl is putting a whooping. She is small, but she is definitely throwing some fierce punches. Which actually, on that note, I wanted to bring it up. I don't know if you had a chance to check anything else during that exhibition, Meza, but Gabe, like, is it me or is like Tekken 8's like hits? Do they not like give you as much of an impact as Tekken 7 hits do?
That's actually what Controlier in my chat had said. One of my listeners in the chat was like, I don't like the sounds that the game is giving. However, this trailer sounded good.
Okay.
In my opinion. Yeah. But good.
I was gonna say, I just think that every hit feels like that. That's why. I think it's all like everybody's just damn strong, and they just haven't figured out that like, we did a little too much. We amped everything up too much, so now everything feels the same.
Okay. All right. So with Reina now being announced, we now have our complete roster. And what's
that? One thing. I was thinking about it earlier. We haven't seen if she has a devil form.
Yes, there's still a lot of unknowns. There is mystery to this character still. We don't know.
He didn't have one, right?
Well, no, not in this version right now. Oh, no. What am I talking about? Yeah, he literally transforms in a cutscene. He literally transforms in a cutscene as in devil form, and Devil Jin being a character as well in it, is really cool. Maybe she might have some sort of transformation move, but maybe not an install or as a standalone character. The final boss. That's what I'm thinking as to what they're trying to do. Hold the fuck up. What did I just see back there? That? Sorry,
Akuma?
No, that looked like.
Did you see Blanca?
I saw Blanca. I thought so too. I was like, yo, is that fucking Blanca in the back? I'm tripping. I don't know if that was.
I noticed that in the trailer. Yeah, I noticed that in the trailer this morning when I saw it. I'm like, that looks like Blanca. I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
I didn't make it. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, with Reina now announced, and maybe potentially, I don't know, another form or something we might see in the future. We don't know, but we do have our base roster for the game. Plenty of other characters to obviously still be included in the DLC and all, but in the meantime, she's gonna be the one rounding us out, and that brings us to the poll this week, which is, of course, the question for that is, what do you think of Reina? It's pretty simple. Do you like? Do you actually like her? Do you like do you want more tomboy supremacy going on here? Are you like, no? Where the hell is Heihachi, I want him back, even though Harada has straight up said during the actual broadcast and stuff, he's like, he is dead, completely dead. Which still there's theories, because some people are like, what if Heihachi was somehow, right? Or what if Heihachi has been resurrected into her or something like that, or in some sort of body thing? Pulled a bison, pulled an M bison, and actually followed through with like changing bodies or some shit like that. Which I was like, no, but it is definitely a possibility. But even though he said he's completely dead, I don't know. I don't trust Harada.
I'm calling it now. I'm saying he gave her his somehow found a way to give her his devil power, because she was, remember, illegitimate, right? So I
supposedly
think he gave it to her somehow.
Well, did the devil gene come from Heihachi, or did it come from Kazumi?
Both. No, I thought it comes from both sides, because half and half.
I just don't know.
We might have to double check, rethink the ink on that one. I think it comes from Kazumi, but
it should be half and half, because half breed.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the other half gave her anything.
Then how did Kazuya has it, right?
Yeah.
And then he got with Jun.
Heihachi was scared of it.
Something like that, yeah. Isn't that why he like?
I mean, but didn't he try to at one point try to get the power and insert it into himself?
I thought he tried to do that. He sent Claudio.
I don't know, man. Tekken lore is crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to double check the Tekken lore on that. But regardless, make sure to check out the poll to let us know what you guys think.
That, and if you watch throughout the broadcast, it was Steve Splains. He was explaining some of the character lore.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to double check.
We need somebody to like do a breakdown.
Yeah, in and out on that one. We'll have to go check that out. But yeah, but Reina's out there. She's gonna be coming out. Can't wait. Might even be the main. Actually, speaking of which, the mains. That's what I meant to bring up. So, I'm issuing a challenge for day one Tekken 8. I think it's a consensus. We're all gonna be playing, at least trying out Tekken 8. I want to say, but with that, we're all gonna be picking our mains right here, right now, at random though. So we're gonna start off with Meza. No, we're starting off with Meza. Afterward. Tell me when. Tell me when. Okay.
Now. Okay. Hell no.
You get law. Day one. Just day one.
No.
Day one. Doesn't mean you keep them. Day one. You gotta use law.
I'll play him day one.
Day one. That's it. Yeah, that's it. It's just day one. You can pick any other character and really be your main, but you gotta at least mess with this character. All right.
For those listening, we're going through a character select GIF, and it's showing all the characters now.
Yeah. Now.
Oh, why does he get the cool character?
Wait, I said now like 5 seconds ago. You had to restart that.
You want a rerun on that?
Yes, real quick now.
Yes. Okay. That's
you get Kazuya.
Fine with that. That's crazy.
He traded in Safina for Kazuya. That's kind of crazy.
I got the trash character. Thanks.
All right, I'm not gonna look. And now. Oh my fuck!
Let's go! Wow, all right, now dude. I'm not that bad.
Whatever. I'll do it. I don't care. I'm playing fucking Panda.
I gotta
Big Dame better not be. I feel like Big Dame's smiling somewhere.
He's like, oh, now you know I'm gonna play Xiao Yu and we gonna be teammates.
Exactly. I'm like, he's like, I feel it. Like, huh. All right, those are the day ones. We're gonna be playing that. It's not gonna probably be our mains moving forward, but those will at least be day one. All right, so with that, we've got some MK news to jump into. It's not no crazy news. Omni-man is out, at least I think for early. I don't know if is he fully out right now. I thought it was just only for anyone that bought the DLC at the moment. Felt like he was out on the 9th just for DLC.
I just know he's been there.
Yeah, but he's out though.
On the game.
yeah. On this week's episode of What Happened with MK1.
Well, I can tell you, my brother had his file on Final Fantasy 16 up, and I was like, man, I want to play, but I don't want to take away his file. It was last Thursday, I think. Yeah, because he was available at the lab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's officially out as of November 9th. 6 was the early access.
It was 6. Okay, I was like 6 or 9th. It's like I think 9th was worldwide. Yeah. Okay, cool. So
he's got a lot of privileged sleep. I mean, he's got a lot
to fall asleep
going.
faster and better. Yeah. Play MK1. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, this character has like relaunches without meter, dude.
Bro,
like
my man does damage. I think right now meterless, he gets something like 37 or 42%.
It's 37.
37. 42 with like 1 bar or something like that with a little more consistency, or I think more. Without cameo, there's no cameo. No cameo, just bar.
No cameo. He just shits damage. It's kind of insane.
Crazy. Yeah, his dash is also like strong. His backdash is kind of good too. Like I was kind of noticing it, like because he's got amazing whiff punishes. Like forward 4-1 is dumb. It's like a borderline war crime because it's safe. It pushes him so far forward. The active frames on it are as high, and it's a mid. It's like it's a mid with then you get to pick afterwards. It's like and safe. It's everything you want it to be, right? It's the perfect girlfriend. It's kind of wild, or boyfriend, whatever is your preference. It's 2023,
it's the Superman effect again. It's the Superman effect all over again. And I actually think this is the most reasonable version of it. I think. I think
between the Injustice Superman and this is definitely much more toned down. But yeah, he does damage, and once you add cameos into the mix, it gets wild. I do appreciate the color, though. I'll tell you right now, I do appreciate the color options that he does get, including the Invincible one, which was awesome that they included that.
It looks like a Power Man suit.
Swag all day, 48%. Jeez, left, right, 49%. 1 bar, 2 cameo mid screen. Son, this character just shits.
And he's
the wrestling fans. Oh, did he just taunt Think?
Yeah, he taunts Think. Yeah.
For wrestling fans, I thought Dre was gonna say when you add Kurt Angle to the mix.
Oh goodness.
I wish he would do the Think, and when he does the Think, he would say their name. It's like Think Ashura.
Yeah. Oh, that would be funny.
Like, so dope cool. If they would have did that.
But like, look at that back, like the backdash into then the forward. That wasn't forward. I think that was like forward 2.
Forward 2. I'm sorry, back 1.
Oh, back 1. My bad.
Yeah, back 1 or back? Back 1, I believe.
Yeah. So Omni-Man is just like potent as hell. He is a whiff punishing monster. Yeah, very privileged for sure. Can seem to work with damn near anybody can work with any cameo, but there are some that you can just abruptly tell are fucking strong. It's still early, don't know what's gonna be the most maximized.
We're gonna talk about the unblockable.
Which unblockable?
The Goro unblockable. That gives you combo.
Yeah. I've been seeing that a little bit more. Yeah, I've been seeing like the Goro stuff kind of pop in and out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna see any footage of it here, but yeah, I'm hearing Goro cameo is kind of busted with him. He also is busted. I don't want to make I don't want to take away from the fact that my man has broken a couple things in the game, even though most of the patch notes that we do see actually from the official patch notes from WB, you'll notice is majority is fixing issues and such here. There are some tweaks to some characters, but mostly it's fixing issues. I'm not going to go through all of it, obviously, but that's the general premise there. This is just a character patch. It's not including a big balance or anything like that. He's breaking some weird stuff when it comes to the axis of your character, but I think that's the worst of it. Other than that, other than that, it's just now it's trying to find a tech, right? All the tech monsters are out there just trying everything. Omni-Man Darius set up 80%. If they try to wake up or guess wrong, and apparently they're just trying to work on delay wake up as well. Shout outs to the Menace0218 on Twitter for that one.
Whoa,
yeah, that's dumb. That's dumb.
No, I'm happy to see Darius getting some more play because I think he's actually a really cool assist. He just sucks for a lot of characters.
Yeah, so he's kind of one of those unique ones. The one thing also I'll give it, I'm glad to have seen, I don't remember this in the combat cast, but seeing things like his Vitrium stance where he's hovering, it actually loses to jump in attacks and lows. Yes. They didn't outright state it, but them not stating it made the situation way worse for a lot of people, including myself in my head going, bro, what the fuck is this character?
We thought that Grabs would beat him until I was watching the early release night, and I was with a friend, and he was showing it in Discord, and I was like, wait, did he just try to grab you and it didn't work? He was like, yeah, it dodges Grabs. I was like, how do you defeat this character?
Yeah, basically.
and then he showed me like you could do jump-ins and lows.
Jump-ins and lows, yep, that's the move. But I mean, good luck if he doesn't fucking whip punish you or move away far enough.
Just do nothing. If he does it in the air, they're saying just do nothing and wait for him to come down. He's -14 when he lands.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But this
on the ground though, that's different.
This MK baby, there's no such thing as do nothing. It is press and press and press. But he's out. He's causing a ruckus. We're gonna clearly see. I mean, I've already seen like some locals, kind of see him in the top 8 stuff. But it's week 1. People are gonna try shit out, try the dirty stuff, the stuff that people aren't aware of, and see what works. We're currently seeing some triple resets here with the Jax assist. Jax assist, bro, might actually be getting hit sometime soon if some of this tech keeps coming out. Meterless 42% off a jab is crazy. You're not kidding. That is kind of wild. And he's wearing the pink to boot. Crazy swag with the stash.
Did you see his glitch with the dash?
No.
He can dash off the stage. If he is all the way full screen, he can not dash off the stage, but he moves the stage with him if he'll air back.
Yeah, that needs to get fixed because it pulls the opponent forward too. So you're like forcing
them to move.
You're forcing them to move. I mean, I don't know how that's viable in a match 100%. I mean, I know it's all about spacing and all, but you're really putting yourself in a corner when you do that.
I think for zoners, think about it. Like if you're doing that to a zoner, you're pulling the screen more and more to the corner. The moment the zoner makes one mistake, he does like the whole like teleport stuff, and then you're probably in the corner at that point, right? So
yeah,
that's really scary.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that needs to get fixed for sure.
I definitely think he's a really cool character. I still say I wish he was an Injustice like this. He looks like an Injustice type of character, and it fits the role a little bit more. But he is just so, dude. I mean, look, guys, if you haven't, just go watch Invincible. We're not getting paid to say that, but go watch Invincible if you haven't. It's
season 2 out now.
Yep.
Pay me, Amazon Prime, please.
It's only been 2 episodes, sadly.
Hey,
they need to stop doing this episode by episode stuff. Just drop it all.
Nah, man, this ain't 2017, 2015.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, this ain't.
Oh no,
like
it is Stranger Things.
All right,
so Stranger Things releases in a whole thing. My bad.
They released like hour and a half thing.
So Omni-man is out. We're gonna see how much more he's gonna terrorize things as time goes on. Tech gets built. And ad breaks happen, which is what's happening right now. We'll be back after this, guys, because we've got a breakdown actually. We got to break down some a KOF character that Meza can't wait to talk about. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, Amazon Prime check is in the mail. We're getting paid, boys. Yeah, let's go. Anyway, let's jump into, of course, a character trailer that did drop. I think it was shortly after last week's episode. I think it might have even been the day after, November 9th. Oh, it's Thursday. Okay, so November 9th, KOF did drop on the official Twitter and on their YouTube. We got a Hinako Shijo character breakdown. And I think there's no one else more qualified right now to talk about it or talk about her.
That's on this show.
That's on this show than Meza. I gotta get the homie Shakugan to come in here and kind of really talk shop on KOF and how he feels on the character. But regardless, though, what really have we seen from this character that hasn't been around since, what was it, 2002? 2002 KOF, I think was the last time she was around.
OTUM. Yep. So she, I mean, aside from the typical like command grabs that she has,
of course,
in of course her slaps that push you all the way to the corner, even on block it feels like, but she also has the command grab that does that too. She has a few new, I would think they're new strings if I recall, because I don't think she ever had a 3-hit string that leads into like damage. I know she has like a 2-hit, I believe. But most people didn't use it. They used mostly her hands and other pressure tools. But she looks really solid right now. They really kind of that's the string right there where she does like the weird upward slap into the overhead slap. Kind of a very patent thing from most sumo wrestlers. But
it's slow. Looks like you can check it, but if you let her get that right into max mode, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, I think the jump in punch between the legs is the only thing that I think is really, really new, like the slap between the legs. Because I think it used to look a little different, but it's kind of hard to tell, like 2D to the 3D weird format, so they have to adjust some things a little bit. But she's just like a really cool, solid character that the 2 hits that she does usually can lead into max mode. We've seen her do activations like that before. In max mode, really difficult to do an O2UM. Probably going to be a little bit easier here. Her stomp has always been the same. She can full screen stomp, kind of like there's a few characters that have that. Think of like Potemkin, I guess you could say. So she has that stomp like him. Well, instead of doing with his body,
yeah. All leg, all thighs.
Yeah. There's also like the cool part about her. I think that most people are looking for is they're looking for a full-on solid grappler. Like King of Dinosaurs is a little bit more one-dimensional command grab, but she's a little bit more heavier with the command grabs. And she does get a lot of damage usually. I don't know how this version of her is going to be, but I think she kind of has like a nice appeal to her. Like I said, there's not much that's really changed. There might be like very, very minute things that I'm not even aware of because I don't play her 100%. But no, she's a super solid character.
She has like some string that she actually can mix you into, where it's like she can choose to go low or overhead.
I believe that's gonna be her 3-string.
Is it that 3-string? I felt like I saw a different one.
I felt like 3-string, but
okay, I'm gonna have to double check because I saw that during the trailer or some other aspect, and I was like, bro, is that a freaking mix right there? Because if it is, actually, it might be this.
Yeah, you might be looking at it right now.
Actually, the Tsukio Toshi. Low punch, it juggles as an anti-air and adds a guard point.
No. It's I think it's her where she does like the target combo. That's like a low into like a mid into she could choose overhead.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, it might be that then. Yeah, so I believe that's like one of the new ones. Because there are some things that she obviously doesn't have in this game. But she can actually deal with zoning, which is really cool. So what was this? Forgive me.
I don't think that's ever been a thing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I've seen that one in any other previous like 2002
ever had that
gameplay. But it's like Gorinsuki, which just nullifies incoming projectiles. So no fear in this character actually, having to worry about zoning, and then while also still being funny enough, kind of not zoning because it's not really zoning, but being a threat from full screen to even zoners with things like that stomp, right? That full screen stomp that if you do the EX version of it, you actually get a hard knockdown from is kind of gross. So she could just get through that, closing that space rather quickly.
I'll say she covers a lot more space with a lot of her moveset, way more now than before. Before you weren't getting in this easily. Like you were doing, short hops, super jumps, all kinds of things to get in. One thing I do know that you would have to do is for most of her combos, at least in O2UM, which is kind of like a patent thing, is like you would want to get the back and do a lot more. You could do a lot more combos. So I think that her not having to do that makes her a way more solid and feasible character in this game. Plus, she can, like I said, her being able to get rid of projectiles, I don't ever recall that being a thing. So now that she has that, it's great. I don't think she had guard point on that move unless that's a new move where she does the like upward EX version.
Yeah, the anti-air.
Where it has like armor or guard point, I guess. It's that I think is new. But yeah, no, I feel like they've worked on her to be better and to function a lot more effectively in this game.
She's disrespectful as fuck though. On top of that, like some of her grips, some of her grabs, some of just like her actions just look downright disrespectful to the opponent, because the way she's just yanking you, grabbing you by your neck and then tossing you, I'm like this should not be a thing, sir. You should not be letting this little girl put her hands on you like that. But she got tape on them fingers. She means business, right? Guys, take this advice from me. You ever meet a girl and she got tape on her fingers, just
walk away.
Either walk away or be ready to get bruised up. Whichever way, I hope you got a good insurance.
I don't think insurance can cover what's going to happen.
That's all I got to say. All right. So, so we're still waiting. Oh, what's up?
For me, it's the stance, though. Like, that stance.
How she wants to grab.
Do we have a date for her release yet?
I thought we did.
It should be in the sort of roadmap.
November 14th.
November 14th. Oh, tomorrow. This shit is tomorrow. Okay, bet. I was like, this has to be around the corner. If they're bringing all the gameplay and breaking it down, they have to have this close enough. So yeah, so it looks like we'll be seeing her on the 14th. So by the time this episode does come out, it will be live. So we're gonna hopefully see what she's got, what other tricks she's got going on there, what other things they possibly have tweaked out for her. With that, we've got one last tidbit to get into. Or a couple of quick pieces to get into. Yo, you guys like Rainbow Six Siege? Too bad, because you're gonna like it now.
No, I'm not.
So Rainbow Six Siege being an operator-based shooter, it's tactical. It's all about how you're breaching and such and defending. A bunch of different characters, different abilities. Have made a really interesting crossover with Street Fighter 6. So now we're actually gonna be getting some skins for Ying, which is one of the operators, as well as, I don't know what this gentleman's name is. Come on, Gaby. Oh yeah, you got the Ryu feet.
Wow.
Looking like Grim. Yeah.
I love how you said wow.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Shout outs to all my Rainbow Six Siege homies. I've got some homies that work in the industry. They do some awesome stuff. Bro, I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it. But something about I think it's just like the proportions of like the head, especially the Ryu, especially Grim, to his body, throws me off, because I'm more used to Ryu being just a beast. Not to say Grim, I guess, isn't a beast, but I don't know. Some throws me off here. Yeah, it feels like the head's a little bigger, but it also could be the shading and such. But once again, these skins are gonna be available for Rainbow Six Siege. So technically, we've got some kind of new Street Fighter skins before Street Fighter itself got skins for their characters.
Bro, every time I see this Chun-Li skin now, I just keep thinking of MVCI when it first released, and I was like, man, what the hell is happening? Oh, God,
remember that? Oh,
I'm sorry.
It looks better. Yeah, that was a pretty cursed Chun-Li. I'm glad they fixed that.
Look, we got to remember, this is going into a shooting game that already has models. They can't really change it, or they're going to affect how the competitive players play. And it's what it is, man. Hey, look, crossovers happen all the time.
And you're not gonna see them. You're not gonna see your stuff if you're holding this up. Your friends, your teammates are gonna be the ones watching. Great value Ryu and Chun-Li do their thing. But regardless, though, it's still it's still dope. I'm always happy to see these crossovers. But once again, I want to see it the other way. I want Street Fighter to cross over and have stuff in Street Fighter. I'm tired of Street Fighter pipping itself out to every other IP. I want other IPs to be like, yo, we would love to be in Street Fighter.
Wait.
But do you want it to be your app? Oh.
Avatar? No, I want costumes. I want character costumes already.
No, but your avatar can wear it like Ninja Turtles.
I don't care. I'm never in Battle Hub long enough to care. I'm usually training mode, ranked match, casual match. Let's go. That's it.
I know.
That's it.
Again, I just want to know if this is gonna sell, because it's not like Fortnite where it's universally known this is Street Fighter and the characters don't look half bad. This is a little bit harsher to sell because it is a first person shooter, and just like how Call of Duty is. I mean, they sold. I don't know how they did it, but they sold. Snoop Dogg, I get because of voice lines. I don't know if they're gonna do voice lines for these packs or anything like that. Maybe that's how they sell it a little bit better. I don't know. When he puts out something, goes Hadouken. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I don't know. But interesting to see Ubisoft, trying to make those crossovers happen with them. So, Street Fighter on the Switch? No, not Street Fighter on the Switch. Though it might as well have been. Good call. All right. So with that, from some very interesting crossovers to a mod that I want to give some love to. Of course, we're no strangers to enjoying mods out here, no matter what Capcom stance is. But I do want to give a quick shout out to Watcher Cave, aka Cave, KAVE_mods on Twitter. Brazilian game engineer, modder, and motivated, as what he says right there. He has been working on a Nero mod for UMVC3 for quite some time, and it's more than just a skin. We are talking, also, hey, we got taunts, right? We got taunts. We've got actual tapping L to actually include the Red Queen's revving abilities and such, right? In the game itself, which is really dope. Unique new sounds that go with it. And voice lines as well. This is a really dope mod. I know it's, there's plenty of awesome modders out there that we have already gone ahead and highlighted, but this is just another one. But I think this is right now, for me, probably one of the best mods I think I've seen done in Marvel to this day. to be honest. It looks really good. The Helmbreaker is proper. The animations look like they're straight out of the game itself. So yeah, and I like the mechanics. Adding those mechanics in is really cool. They didn't have to do that, but they went for it, and including how Nero can only hold a single exceed charge at a time instead of 3, but all Acts 2 and 3 attacks are available through charging specific moves. You would think Capcom themselves created this character and R&D'd this character. No, community. Hence why I want to highlight it.
It's sad, man. It's kind of just sad that like they don't notice that this is happening, or maybe they do, but they just don't care. And it's like, you have a game that people want. What are you doing?
I know.
So cool, man. I mean, I haven't seen anything with the arm coming off. But
not yet, yeah. I mean,
it's a work in progress, right?
I mean, sure. You know, Spencer's in the game, so there's already the data's already been kind of, you know, created, right? The code's in there for some sort of attachment, you know, code or call out and such to interactions to happen. So it wouldn't be too hard to do that. I don't know how far he's going to go with it, but regardless, once again, if you haven't already, make sure to go follow. That's KAVE_mods. Go give some love out for that. It's a really awesome mod. I can't wait. To my knowledge, I don't believe this is out yet, or if there is, it might be a very early beta version, but they are still, as of even 3 hours ago, continuously posting up about it. So go check it out. Shout outs to you, homie. You do some amazing work, and I hope to see it continue on from there. And actually, you know, speaking of Capcom, this was last minute. Wanted to you know, give us some false hope. I know Meza, you were just stating, give us the game we want, please. Remember, Capcom has some sort of unannounced major title coming March 2024. Do with that as you will. It could be Dino Crisis. It could be a new Marvel. It could be Resident Evil 9. Exo Primal is still around, so yeah, it is technically basically just Dino Crisis.
Coming out March 2024, it's a game that they already have, you know, of course, RE Engine, fastest engine in the world, I guess. I don't know. I'm just messing around. But I have a prediction. It's going to be my prediction I've been making for the past 5-6 years.
Oh.
Lost Planet Battle Royale.
This guy's going. What did you say? Lost Planet?
I've been
what?
saying it.
You said Euphoria?
Battle Royale. I've been saying it for the past 5 years.
That's a hot ass take, bro. That's a hot ass take.
I almost made the sign and put it on AEW.
Is that considered a major title?
Lost Planet.
Even though I love
Lost Planet 1 and 1 and 2, right? They had a 3. They had a 3.
Was terrible.
But yeah, 1 and 2 were dope, from what I understand. I don't know so much about 3, but I do remember Lost Planet did make waves very early on in that 360 era when it came out, right? Like it made waves, but I don't know if it's a good enough IP, because I think I heard somewhere else that it was supposed to be a title that they were expecting to sell million. Like they know it's gonna be a banger. So I'm like, what do you got? What are games what are IPs that Capcom has? You got your Mega Mans, you've got your, I mean, technically you could say like Monster Hunter, but you know, you got Worlds, so it's just expansions. You got your Resident Evils. I mean, we already know 9 is going to be a thing, so that's like nothing new. It's not announced either, though. You've got, I know it's the Street Fighters, but Street Fighter. We just got 6. Hold up. What am I felt like Devil May Cry. We already got 5. 5 kind of closed things out. I don't see them making another one anytime soon, to be honest.
No, because the way 5 closes, and I'm not going to ruin it for anybody who hasn't finished it. 5 closes to the point where there could be a 6.
Yes, there could be a 6. Absolutely. It's not.
I don't know what the direction would be, but
yeah, it'd be kind of weird. Mega Man. I don't know. Mega Man's been in the basement for like fucking years now.
Ready?
Like.
Don't ever bring back Legends, please. We don't need that.
Whoa. I
have to say that.
I'm sorry, Meza. You're about to get kicked out of this fucking podcast.
No.
Mega Man Legends is fire.
1 is fine.
Yeah, 2 was alright.
Hold on. Even I know, and I didn't play them. Even I know that's Shenmue levels of like debated. Like, stop it.
Wait. I got 2 for you. 2. 1. We're either getting a new Parasite Eve, because that's been a long time in the
Square. No, that's Square.
Yeah, Square. Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Capcom can handle it. Don't worry about it.
It's like saying Eidos and Core are gonna do something with like freaking Tomb Raider when it's Crystal
I just want
Dynamics.
Capcom to take over it. Okay, I think they'd do a great job. But But the number one title that I think is truly going to be it, because it just came out on Netflix, which was Onimusha. I think we're getting another Onimusha.
It's not
Hold on.
popular enough. Not major.
What do you mean? It was a major title. It got 4 iterations of the game?
No, it was like 6.
Was, but I didn't play.
6?
I didn't play the fourth one. My only time with that character was the blonde-headed dude in Tatsunoko.
Oh my god!
Like I can't even tell you other than like
bad, but that was 4.
I can only tell you Jock, Samanosuke, and Jubei.
Right? So Samanosuke, Jubei, Jock was the third one with Samanosuke, and then the fourth one was the one with the dude with the blonde hair. I always forget the name of that one. And then that was it. Unless we're gonna count all the other side games that they had, where they had a Smash-like game, Onimusha Warriors. Or
I remember that joint. You got used to be. You were able to play. You were able to play Mega Man like Battle Network or Mega Man Zero in there.
Yep.
Listen, if they want to truly make Nero the money, they will do something, just like something with X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you sounded
Damn, there we go. So yeah,
listen. The reason people didn't get Infinite, all of my friends, yo man, where's Wolverine? And I'm like, oh, I cannot have that.
Oh no, we might get another Ace Attorney game.
They said money, Meza. They said money.
What?
Elite Beat Agents, maybe. I don't know.
You know Ace Attorney makes like most of their money. They make a shit ton of money.
Ace Attorney made a lot of money, but I don't think it would be
as
much.
Then here's my second hot take. Auto Modelista.
And it's on the Switch? Nah.
You never heard of Auto Modelista?
No, I've heard it. Made by Capcom. There's no way they're doing that again, even though it's a great game.
So whether or not it's going to be a Marvel, we can only hope. We're going to have to find out hopefully before March, because if it's supposed to be released March, then we should be getting some sort of announcement for that. So we'll just have to wait and find out. But yeah, actually that's gonna wrap us up this week on this episode. There is one last thing I didn't mean to bring up. I didn't ask about it earlier, but for the question of the week, we were talking Granblue. We want to hear your thoughts on it. If you actually had a chance to sit down and play the Granblue Fantasy versus Rising Beta over the weekend, we want to hear your input. Who'd you play? And did you enjoy the game? Did you like the new mechanics? Did you think it was overbearing? Or do you think it was, it was a great refresher to come back to this game, especially if you played it in the original? Let us know. Once again, this will be posted up on Spotify, on Twitter, and of course on our Discord, which you need to make sure to go and join at mash.gg/Discord. Go say what's up to our awesome community there. We'll have a community question up there where you guys can post up all about that. But that is going to be it for us this week. We appreciate you guys hanging with us for another episode of Double Tap. Make sure to follow my awesome host here, Static Gorilla, at Static Gorilla, of course, on all social media platforms, and of course on Twitch, and Meza FGC once again on all social media platforms, and also back on Twitch doing his thing. You can follow me at CrashTagVS on Twitter. You can follow the show at Double Tap FGC on Twitter, and of course on YouTube, where we break out segments of this show and podcast with all the visuals, all the stuff that we're watching here live on twitch.tv/Double Tap FGC. We posted up on YouTube. We tweeted out all that good stuff. Make sure to follow. Make sure to go subscribe, comment, like the videos. Let us know what you think about it, especially if you want to answer questions there. Feel free. We check out all questions on all platforms. We respond to them. You know, whether you're calling us assholes or bad take, maybe Static has a really bad take on something, we will respond. We love to hear about your point of view on things. That's how we make these kinds of discussions happen, right? That's how it works. Not everybody got to agree on everything. We just got to have a nice civil conversation about it. It's all good. And if it's not civil, we could take it to the cab. It's all good. At the end of the day, though, that's it for us, guys. We appreciate, once again, you guys hanging out with us. Make sure to like, retweet, and support us on all our social platforms. When we post up about it, helps a whole lot out. We'll be live next week at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, once again, with a new episode of Double Tap. Checking out everything else that goes on here on the fighting game community. But that's it for us. I'm Crash. That is Static. That's Meza. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.